Hello, I'm Christian McMullen, and today we're going to be discussing music education policy and its effect on collegiate music programs. Joining me today is Dr. Mark Britt, Chairman of the Music Department at Furman University. And we're going to be talking just a little bit about Senate Bill 1177. This bill establishes music as a core academic subject in public schools. Just wanted a little overview. That will provide for, high school programs, secondary programs, as well as elementary programs to establish more liberal arts type education policies in their local schools, correct?
It will. And one of the things that this bill includes is it now has specific language that you mentioned that will make music a core subject. But as a result of that, Title I schools will now have access to funds for their music programs. In the old No Child Left Behind bill, education programs were a little hesitant to use some of the Title I funds specifically for their music programs because the language in the bill did not say that it could specifically be used for that. But this bill will now have that language, and so for Title I schools, this is going to be a huge gift for them that they can now access Title I funds for their music programs.
So that will help those schools where music could be one of the more important developments, in schools where language barriers can become an issue. That should help grow musicians widely in places where they normally weren't able to carry out these activities.
It will, and in addition to just the artistic qualities that come with learning music, we know through research that attendance rates increase, academic grades increase, spatial reasoning increases, just a number of things dealing with cognition increase just because students are involved in the music program, really in the arts in general, but specifically in music. So not only will the students have more access to it, those that need it the most will have access to it.
How do you see this developing more students at a school like Furman, a wider variety of students joining musical ensembles as well as their academic?
Well, it's going to have long-term impact, and so as a result, it's going to take a long time before we start to see some of those results. But one of the goals here at Furman, as it is in any number of liberal arts schools, is a holistic approach, developing the whole person, and with the arts and the music being a part of that. And so we hope that will attract more students to a school like Furman, because this is not a school where the music is just treated as a professional degree. There are professional components to the degree, but we're also really focused on having non-major participation in our ensembles, in our classes, making sure all of our ensembles are open to non-majors. So we're really looking to service in a number of ways. Maybe service is not the correct word, but to include those students in what we do.
And lastly, how do you foresee more students hopefully being involved in music affecting interest in classical music, larger ensembles? I know many large orchestras have struggled with attendance drop-offs, and
sure.
They've adapted with youth programs, but how do you see, if they have it in school and then they're brought into a concert and they have more access to it, how do you think that will affect like music attendance in concerts as a whole?
Those are in some ways marketing issues and how we brand ourselves as classical musicians, not only on campus but in the larger musical community. And some of that is repertoire driven. We can't always be playing Beethoven and Brahms. Those are great pieces, but not necessarily the most appeal to the general audience, or at least to audiences under 50. And so the repertoire part is where your orchestras, your chamber music programs are now focusing some of their attention, and then also time of day for concerts is changing. A concert does not have to be shirt and tie on 8 o'clock on Friday night to attract an audience. So they're looking at ways to change the time of day when they present their concerts. They're also working hard to engage the audience more, explain what the piece is about, what to listen for, how to listen. You'll find any number of large cities now that have gatherings of young professionals who have gone through college but not necessarily with a music degree, but are gathering before a concert to have someone talk about what's about to happen so they understand it a little bit more. the more people understand it, the more they appreciate it, the more they return, and then ultimately the more financial support and aesthetic support that we're going to have out there for the arts, not just from the musicians that are creating the art, but from those people who are going to listen and watch and be a part of the audience.
Great. Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate you joining us, and hope to see you all next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.